Welcome to Towing the Rubber. I'm Johnny Clumpy, and this is
Devon Alsman.
And Brendan Gigan is our producer. We have some fun topics to discuss today. With Pete Rose's has been reinstated with a chance to get into the Hall of Fame. We got to catch up on the Cubs and what's gone on with the Cubs the last week. We are going to react to Devon and I's preseason standings predictions that have not aged great. Or maybe they have. You'll have to find out if you watch later. And then this weekend is rivalry weekend in Major League Baseball. So we're going to talk about some of the fun matchups that we are looking forward to and some of the major rivalries that are going on. So, Devon, to you. You can cover a little bit of the Pete Rose situation.
It's hard. It's hard to figure out what exactly is true and not. Because we weren't alive when Pete Rose played. And then I don't know when he managed, but we were too young just in general. So we don't know. We weren't alive or old enough when Pete Rose did anything in baseball. So it's hard for at least me to figure out what exactly is true because I just see all these different things. What I've come to see is he was suspended, or not suspended. He was put on the banned list or whatever it is. And when he was put on that, it took him 15 years to confess that he gambled on his own teams, or kinda. So if he didn't do it instantly, he didn't just instantly come out and apologize. You know how steroid users, most of the time they'll come out instantly, or at least nowadays. Back then they didn't, but nowadays, if you get caught with PEDs, they instantly say something. So he took 15 years to say something. So, and then the problem is if you look at it from a modern point of view, we are now, sports betting is so thrown at you.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's commercials while watching baseball games. Your fantasy, just free fantasy apps. Also, you can play for money, which is gambling.
Yeah.
Your ads, because I look at so much baseball stuff. I get ads for sports gambling. A lot of top sports people like John Boy Media, they are sponsored by DraftKings and stuff, which is a sports betting. So it's just really thrown at you in this modern age as well. So that also changes how things look at for him betting. And it's also an addiction. So I don't know. It's different than steroids. Steroids aren't an addiction, I don't think.
No.
Sports betting is. So it's also like that.
You still can't do it though. And
I know, but it's hard to stop.
Yeah, but you should never have started betting on your teams in the first place. That was when I don't care if people gamble. I think some policies, the way it's laid out in other sports, are stupid. In the NFL, you can't bet on baseball if you're in a team's facility. You will receive a 10-game suspension for it.
That doesn't.
Yeah, it's Calvin Ridley got a bet one parlay a couple of years ago. Sorry. Calvin Ridley got the suspension. Brendan, if you would want to help me with this, because this was a little bit ago and I don't remember the full. He bet one parlay, but it wasn't on football, right? Or was it on football?
It was on football.
But it wasn't on...
It wasn't on his team.
Yeah, it wasn't on the Falcons.
It was on...
No, it was on the Falcons, but he was hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So he was out. He was
let
not
alone
playing.
being an NFL player, you can't bet on any NFL game, let alone your own.
Yeah, that makes sense a little bit because you still can get insider information if you know things about players being hurt. I get not being able to bet on your own sport, but the NFL's insane because it's if you bet on in the team facility and they check your location on when the bet was placed.
Yeah.
You get a 4-game suspension.
Yeah.
And it's okay, that's stupid. I get you could have waited 10 minutes, but it's also he's not even betting on football. Why does it matter?
Exactly. So, I mean,
So the gambling as a whole and like all of
gambling's a problem in every sport.
yeah, and like it's just like a weird, especially when you bet on your own team because it's like
Yeah.
you can be tanking performance. And I obviously know Pete Rose is the all-time hit leader,
Yeah.
so it's not like he was going
Just
out there and tanking his team's performance. But
It's just so hard. It's so
it's such a weird topic because
he should be.
he was kind
Just
of doing
look
it
at
as a manager, so it's like if he just did it as a manager, then his playing career can get in.
But he only did it for his team, I think, from what I've heard. So when you only bet against your team, that doesn't affect anything.
That's worse than betting again for two random teams.
No, because
Yes, because then they can say you were tanking your team performance.
if he bet for his team to win,
I don't think they have that every time he bet for his team to win. Like that's not.
I think that's what.
Also,
happened.
guys, there's no way. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. A baseball player or anyone involved in baseball betting that you win every game.
I don't know.
Unless you're like the Dodgers.
I'm just telling you.
Because I don't think the Reds were they great when he was managing? It's like, that's just bad investment at that point. That's just bad use of money.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a weird topic.
What I think is dumb is everyone's unbanned though. So the 9 Black Sox players are also unbanned.
I don't even get that one.
Their names should never be touched in baseball. Pete Rose at least has something in baseball history. Those 9
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, if you take away the gambling, Pete Rose is a Hall of Famer.
Those 9 players, if people talk about the integrity, Pete Rose ruined the integrity. He's one of the best players to play, though. Those 9 players ruined. They are it is called the Black Sox scandal. Pete Rose doesn't have anything like that. So those 9 players should never be off that ban list just because they're dead. I don't care that it was 100 years ago now, 1919, but they are part of something called a scandal that is, if you don't know, what they did was they bet, or no, they didn't bet, but some people approached them, said they'll give them part of the winnings if they sell, because the White Sox were favorites. They were super favorites to win that World Series in 1919. So they're playing the Reds, I think.
Those are Reds.
These people approach them and say, hey, we're going to put a bunch of money on the Reds. You guys sell this series, we'll give you part of the profits. So these 9 players completely just sold this entire thing, and the Reds won. So that's way different than Pete Rose did. There's no confirmation Pete Rose did anything near that level.
I know that.
He obviously
you can't, betting on your own team is very there's no good way of approaching it. Unless you're hurt, but he was actively managing and playing, so and he can say that he only placed positive bets on his team, but we don't know if that's true. I don't know. It's a weird situation.
But want to go to
at least his playing career, he is MLB all-time hits leader. He probably should be in the Hall of Fame for playing. So, I don't know.
We can go to the
Cubs.
Reds rival Cubs.
Oh.
They are playing bad baseball right now.
Hey, they won a series. Finally.
Okay. Go ahead. You can talk about. I didn't watch the last night's game. I know you don't watch them.
Can't watch them.
You can talk about the series first while I'm pulling up something.
So Monday was just a good Cubs game. Dansby homered again because he's actually been pretty good. He's got 9 homers this year, and he's been a lot better, kind of. I mean, he's OPSing 760. He's got 9 home runs, and he's got more home runs than everyone in his shortstop class, which is something that you have talked about a lot off the show is that you think we should have went and got a different shortstop when Dansby is just a better defender than most of them except Correa. But Correa hasn't stayed healthy. And, like, I don't know, Trey Turner hits 300, but he OPS is like 700 flat because he doesn't do anything except hit singles. I also don't want to, like, disrespect. I like Trey Turner, and I like Xander Bogaerts, and I like Carlos Correa, so I'm not going to, like, be super negative towards those guys. But Dansby's been playing better, so I know the rest of the offense has kind of struggled. Like, Dansby's been better than
Pete's hitting still.
Kyle Tucker in the last, like, in, like, May, I think, which is
Oh,
funny.
for sure. Tucker's last...
Which is hilarious.
Decent amount of games in, like, 170.
So Seiya homered, Dansby homered, Colin Ray only let up 2 in 6 2/3. So Colin Ray was good. Cubs win 5-2. Tuesday, things were not looking good. Julian Merriweather allowed 2 runs in the 7th.
He's broke, and his resurgence with the Cubs in 2022 is cool. But, like, put him on the IL or get rid of him.
Yeah.
It's not
and Ben
working.
Brown allowed a homer, but that wasn't like. But he was actually pretty good. He only allowed 2 runs. And then Peaker Armstrong was the only offense with a sac fly and a homer that he pimped. It was just kind of sick, but. Then the Cubs blew it in the 7th, and then Nico Horner and Justin Turner had some heroics in the 9th on Nico Horner's 28th birthday. Nico Horner singled, get an RBI, and then Justin Turner had a 2-run double into the left field corner that Nico Horner scored on, and he was smiling to the Cubs dugout while rounding third, which was a cool moment. Cubs walked it off in a game that, honestly, they probably shouldn't have won, but the Cubs keep doing it in the 9th, so.
JT came through. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
the call, and everyone's saying Justin Turner's now officially a Cub. So, and then last night's game.
And then Jameson Tyone just lets you hit it to 375 into the bleachers every time because it was a 376 or 77-foot homer from Kyle Stowers. I don't want to get this guy's name wrong, so. Augustin Ramirez, 375-foot homer to left center, and Kyle Stowers, 375-foot homer to right field. So that was all in the first 4 innings. Then Seiya homered in the bottom of the 4th, and then the Cubs just never scored again. They went 5 of 31, left 5 on base. Jameson Tyone allowed 3 in 6 innings, so he kind of saved it, like getting to the 6th inning. But
So, people are. I saw some people saying, like, he had a quality start yesterday. He wasn't bad. He leads the league in home runs allowed.
I feel like he did that his first year in Chicago. Do you not? He was better last year, but 23.
Okay, here's the thing.
23, it just felt like he allowed a homer
We're missing our 2 best pitchers.
3 times. I'm not praising him. I was saying it made it look better, like at least he got 6 innings.
He needs to stop spinning stuff down the middle of the zone. Like, Agustin Ramirez is a free swinger. He will swing at everything, and you hung a curve to him. Kyle Stowers has been their best hitter. No one else in that lineup is very scary. Pitch around Stowers. He went 5 for 11 this series. Just pitch around him.
Yeah, he homered in one of the earlier games, but
Yeah.
the Cubs won, so I didn't.
So just don't throw him a strike, let alone a hanging pitch. It's pretty simple. While you're talking, I laughed because I pulled up through Fangraphs, sorted since May 1st to now, obviously, offense in baseball.
Cubs are what, bottom 5?
In batting average, I know it's not everything, but like it says something. Since May 1st, it goes Milwaukee 30, Pirates 29, Reds 28,
Wow.
Cubs 27.
Shout out to the NL Central. And the only team that isn't on there is probably like 1, because the Cardinals have been great. In
Cardinals are 11. And then I'll tell you what those averages are. 192 Milwaukee, 204 Pittsburgh,
Hey, we're above 200.
208 Cincinnati, 215 Chicago Cubs, tied with the Angels, by the way.
Ew, gross.
So that's the batting average. And on base percentage, now this is more
Is it worse?
thing. I'm trying to sort it.
It could just be worse than.
But so this is more of a teller. Yeah, it's worse. Oh my god, I can get on base at higher clip than this. Milwaukee, 30th, 264.
Brendan, you hear this?
Angels,
You heard he
283.
said. Okay.
Miami Marlins, 288. Rockies, 289. Pittsburgh, 290. Cubs, 290. We're tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates in on-base percentage. Have you seen the Pittsburgh has 3 hitters. They have 3 competent hitters. This all year.
Guys that are actually hitting. Obviously, they have like players who have hit before, but like if you go solely off this year, it's
Cubs are got
Andrew McCutchen, Joey Bart, and O'Neal Cruz. The
Cubs
only
have
guys hitting.
1.2 WAR offensively.
Okay, I mean, at least we're not negative.
Okay, well it's
It's not good.
15 days with all your
Yeah,
players
I know.
combined. I'm trying to pull up
Hey, Aaron Judge might have a 12 WAR this year.
So here's OPS. So this adds slugging into the equation. Oh, wait, this is way better. The Cubs are 17th in OPS.
I was gonna say honestly because their slugging is probably pretty good.
Their OPS though is 688. Like that's
It's
not good.
But we're like exclusively only hitting homers in May. Like that's all we've done.
Here, I'll pull up their where they rank in slugging. They are 16th. So when they hit the ball, they slug it. Otherwise, they're not hitting the ball, and it's not doing anything. And it's not like they're. Here's their batting average on balls in play. They're last.
Jeez.
It's 232 batting average on balls in play. So that means they're just not hitting it hard.
Yeah, there's also some luck that goes into it. Like
Yeah, but
I guess 232 isn't like I guess for a team it's not really a tell.
they're just not. That tells me they're not hitting it the
Yeah.
ball very powerfully. So it's just it's bad. Moses, I didn't miss his first hit yesterday. I didn't see any of the game because I was at practice.
He didn't get a hit though.
But he didn't play because it was a lefty.
And then he didn't get a hit.
So and then you can't get a hit when I did watch.
Hey, beat out a double play though. So
He needs his bat to ball skills is amazing. The problem is his bat to ball skills are amazing. He's 21, so he's just swing. He knows he can hit it, but he shouldn't hit everything.
yeah.
Like the balls he did hit was like a way cutter, not in the zone. He could hit it though because his bat to ball skills are so good. A sinker low and in that he hit into that almost double play in the 9th. He should just wait for his pitch. Instead, he doesn't know it, but he can hit it, but he shouldn't hit it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's opposite of Armstrong, kind of. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
PCA's got
And the
11
PCA is
homers.
our leadoff hitter right now. That's something else.
I mean, if Ian Happ's hurt and
Well, I
Nico's
know.
like kind of struggling, I don't mind it. I know he doesn't get on base enough,
problem
but he's
is-
so fast that it's like if he gets on base, then it's like
Here's why that's kind of messed up. He won't run in front of Tucker or Suzuki
why?
because Tucker's a pull hitter. So if he stays on first, the first baseman's holding Pete on, so then it opens up more of a hole for Tucker. So that's why he won't go to second because it gives Tucker more advantage. And he won't run on Suzuki because it's distracting, and I don't know. But that's what happens. Like they do not run it with Tucker or Suzuki up.
Oh.
So Pete actually just isn't able to run when those guys are hitting. So that's kind of the problem. But it's pathetic. Standings. I mean, some of our takes were kind of pathetic.
Pretty bad.
For
I mean, I'll start it off. We'll go with the AL East.
well, here we can pull. I can pull up. I made a graphic, so I
Okay.
can pull up the real standings. East and AL East and Central as of yesterday. Everything else is today's.
I have them as today, so I don't.
So
I mean, nothing in the AL Central has changed.
so here's AL East being pulled up. It's above us while we talk.
Okay, so currently the Yankees are in first, the Blue Jays are in second, and the Red Sox are in third. Is that what yours is?
No, Red Sox are second.
Okay. Well, the Red Sox are. Oh, they're now 22 and 23. The Blue Jays are 21 and 21. Those two teams have just been mid all year. Like literally, the Red Sox literally keep going like, they'll go like 19 and 19, and then they'll go 21 and 21. They keep like they'll avoid it for 2 games and then get back to it. Avoid it for 2 games and get back to it. They've been 500 basically all year. Then the Rays are 19 and 23, and the Orioles are in last at 15 and 26.
26.
15 and 26.
Did they play doubleheader yesterday and lose
Maybe.
both?
I don't know.
I had it 15-24.
They're 2-8 in their last 10.
Okay.
Yeah, lost to the Twins twice.
All right. So we'll just go through, or we'll just compare to what is actually happening.
I didn't have a single pick right.
I got.
Oh no, I had the Red Sox in third.
Well,
So
that's fixed. Yeah. All right.
Yep,
No,
They're in
it's
third.
messed up.
that's from
That's
yesterday.
as of yesterday. Leave me alone, bro.
I got one right, Brendan. Are you proud of me?
All right. Yankees are in first.
This
This we recorded.
This is your predictions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, we'll just go 1, 2.
Okay.
So
I had the Orioles in first.
they're in last.
You know.
Brendan, do you hear this guy? This guy doesn't know ball.
Okay. You know, I also said Gunnar Henderson was going to win MVP, and he hasn't been Gunnar Henderson this year. So everything's terrible. They're the worst team in baseball. Not actually, but
I said Bobby Witt.
the pitching
It's
is
not
terrible.
happening either, but he'll get top 3.
We should just set Aaron Judge.
I hate the Yankees too much.
Also, I didn't think Aaron Judge would have the greatest hitting season ever. And that's what he's on pace for. Okay, maybe not. But, like, if he hits 400 and it's 60 homers.
So I had Yankees 1, so do we want to do a point system? That sounds kind of...
I mean,
I'm down.
we can just go through it and talk about what's in that we're wrong. I thought it was funny, a funny exercise to see how wrong we were.
All right, I'm keeping numbers. All right. So 2's the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays are in second.
I had Red Sox second.
I had them in fourth. So
Who's your who did you say 2?
the Yankees. I had the Yankees in 2 because I still think the Yankees would have been good. I just was hoping that the the Orioles would be solid.
Then I thought the Orioles would be good, but I didn't think they would be the best in the AL East. They're not good at all this year, so but I'm closer to what they are than Johnny. So I have them at 3.
Okay, we get it.
I'm just making sure you knew.
Then the Red Sox are in third for me, which is happening in real life.
You get a point
So I get another point.
because of
All right, I only get 1
bull
point.
crap.
Hey, watch it. Then the Rays are in fourth. I had the Blue Jays there.
I had Rays 4th. Cause the Rays are never going to get last in that division.
I guess not. And then I had the Rays last, which didn't happen. And the Orioles are last, obviously, as we talked about.
So, Orioles, what are we doing? Pick it
Not
up.
pitching.
Pi-
That's about
pi-
it.
And hitting. They're not hitting either, really. So, pick it up. Figure it out. You're done. Go ahead and trade us
Gunner.
Zach Eflin at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Give us Gunner, too, while you're at it. Dansby for Gunner, straight up.
Okay. Yep. All right. AL Central.
Yeah, so I'll just read off what I have and the real-life standings because
because you're perfect.
because I literally have it. I have every team
Oh,
right.
so you're okay. So,
So
5.
I have the Tigers in first, which is what's happening in real life. Guardians in second, Royals in third, Twins in fourth, White Sox in fifth. So I have every team right. I To be fair, I'd probably say I don't think the Twins are even that good. Like I didn't think they would be above 500. It was just like the White Sox are by far the worst team in the division. So they were in last. But I did think the Royals, Guardians, and Tigers were all legit teams and had chances at a playoff spot. I had the Guardians in the wild card, which is actually currently what would happen if the playoffs started right now. Obviously, we're like 45 games into the season. But this entire division would make the playoffs as of right now.
My favoritism for Bobby Witt and the Royals kind of messed me up. I had Royals 1, Tigers 2, Guardians 3. So, Twins and White Sox I got right though, because that's
you got the White Sox right.
It's like
Good
hitting
job.
a ball off a tee.
I mean, the Twins are on a 10-game win streak, so if any of these teams slip up, it's wraps because they just don't lose.
I hate the Twins.
Yeah, me too. They're not fun, but they're winning games, so Byron Buxton's good.
AL West. Now this is update. This is as of this morning, so everything here is correct. So Mariners are 1, Astros are 2, Rangers are 3, A's are 4, Angels are 5. 4 of the 5 teams are above 500.
Which I said on the air. We don't have a clip of it, but I did say I think legitimately all these teams could win. I think I said 85 games and be in the chance for a playoff. I think I said it would be really hard, but I thought they could all win, at least be above 500, maybe win 85 games, and they could all be in the race for the wild card.
Okay, so I need to...
You also kind of agreed with that. So.
But I need to tune you down because of a take I heard you make earlier this year. I was watching back trying to find our words predictions, and while doing that, we were talking about MLB's top 100 list, and we talked about Emmanuel Clase versus Mason Miller. I made the take that Mason Miller's better than Clase, and you were disgusted. And Brendan was disgusted by my take due to the fact that he had one of the best...
I didn't know who Mason Miller was at the time. Yeah, no.
That's also your fault.
Okay, what?
Like, I knew he was a closer for the A's, but I didn't know, like, he was, like, good.
Okay, also, so I would like to phrase this as I always knew Mason Miller was good. I just didn't think... Class A, dude, he had like a 9.9 ERA last year.
And I made the case, he looked bad in the postseason. I think he's going to keep looking like that.
I didn't think it would carry over, so...
So, right now, Mason Miller's better.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying. Found that out. I thought that was kind of funny when I was going through.
It really stinks that the Astros and Rangers have not played the same amount of games because they both are one game back of the division. So they're tied at that spot, but the Astros have played 2 less games, so their winning percentage is a .524. And the Rangers is a .523.
Yeah, so mine's bad. So my predictions like Johnny's AL East. I got the Rangers 1. How are the Rangers 23 and 21? Like, what are we talking about?
The offense, just not really hitting.
I know, that's why it's crazy. Astros 2, so there's 1. I had A's 3, which I think will still happen. I don't know. I think the Rangers fall off. Angels 5. So that makes it so the Mariners were my 4. I didn't like their offense.
Ew. Should have known. This is before Julio Rodriguez gets good too. Just wait till June.
Wait till
when he starts hitting.
Oh, 2 months in. My bad.
Just wait. They'll be even better when he starts hitting. Okay, so I had the Mariners in 1. I just trusted the pitching staff, and I actually said that I thought this would be the year Julio Rodriguez is finally a hitter for a full year, because I still think he'll be a hitter. He's also he's gotten a little bit unlucky. Like his expected stats are better than his real.
Well, yeah, but
the guy just doesn't hit in the first 2 months. But hey, wait. It's insane because he's like kind of on a Hall of Fame trajectory based on counting stats.
He's like
which is crazy.
What's the guy that just made the Hall of Fame due to his like second half of his career? Beltre?
Maybe Adrian Beltre. No, he was good like early on.
Who just made it? I think it was Beltre.
It might have been.
Or like he had a super good second half of his career. That's kind of Julio, but half
of a season. So he's getting you a great half season. But he's like, I saw like he's legitimate, like he's a 20 homer guy, 20 stolen base every year, and if he just keeps that up for
Well, it's like his first half. It's really his first half. His first half is like Cody Bellinger right now, ish,
Yeah,
maybe a little better, and then his second half's like Tatis.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
But he's always going to play defense, so it's like he's still positive.
That's why I compared him to Bellinger.
Yeah. And
That's
he's a great
why.
defender. So I had the Mariners in 1. I had the Astros at 2. I had the Rangers at 3, which sucks because in real life I predicted the Rangers at 2 and the Astros at 3. But in real life,
Who'd you have 1?
Mariners. The Astros are 2, Rangers are 3, but they're like a point of winning percentage off because they haven't played the same amount of games. And then I have the A's and Angels in the right order, so I would have been perfect again if they had probably played the same amount of games, which I'm so upset about.
I'm upset because I said, let's make this competition. Let's keep points. And then I'm realizing Johnny was pretty perfect. So
Yeah,
that's
I think the NL's bad. The NL's pretty bad for... Actually, no, the NL's pretty bad for both of us.
All right.
So.
NL East. Mets, Phillies, Braves, Nats, Marlins. That's what the real life scorebooks say. And I am perfect. I don't know about you, but I said I love Philly. I can't hate on Philly, but Mets got Juan Soto, so I had him first. Love Philly, had to put him 2. He thought the Braves were good. He thought Profar would be good.
Yeah, the Braves are back. Don't worry. They're
Profar's not. And so I'm getting all 5 points this round.
I had the Mets at first, and then I flipped the Phillies and Braves. I had the Braves at 2 and the Phillies at 3. And then I had the Nationals and Marlins, so I got those right. So give me 3 points.
And what's funny, the Nats and Marlins aren't that far off, by the way. Like, realistically.
Yeah. Hey, right now. To be fair, the Nationals they at least have James Wood.
Okay, I mean, the Marlins have Kyle Stowers.
Mackenzie Gore and C.J. Abrams, and Mitchell Parker.
Max Meyer.
Okay.
Max Meyer's good.
I know. Sandy Alcantara. Future Cub.
I prefer Zach Eflin. So the score is me. I got 11. You have 12 with 10 more points up for grabs. And I know my NL West, so yeah. NL Central, we got Cubs 1. This is real life. Cubs 1, Cardinals 2, Brewers 3, Reds 4, Pirates 5. It's not really biased. Cubs should win this division.
Yeah.
That's not really biased on our part. Oh, Brennan's got something. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I thought you were going to be like, the Cubs are actually trash. They don't deserve to win the division, because you usually say something like that.
So Cubs
we both
won.
had the Cubs won.
So,
and it should happen.
Problem is the 2 team. What is this? What is this?
Why are the Cardinals good? Like, for no reason. 9-1 in the last 10.
And they won the Philly series.
Hey, they're actually better at home. They're home merchants. They're 15-6 at home, 9-14 on the road. The Cubs The Cubs are above 500 at both.
I can't. When we do power rankings next week, I cannot put the Cardinals near the playoffs. Like, I just don't believe this is sustainable.
You can't put them in the top 15?
I can't think this is sustainable. Like, there's no way it's sustainable.
It might be. It could be. The pitching's okay.
I just don't believe this is... I just can't. I don't know if it's me being a Cubs fan or if it's just how bad this team looks.
Just wait till they win the division. Steal it from the Cubs, and we miss. I don't want that to happen. But it's just like the most Cubs thing to possibly happen.
I might
Chicago
disappear.
sports fan thing to ever happen. Okay, so we gotta get going.
I got Cubs. You got Cubs.
So then we have to. The real life standings are the Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, Reds, Pirates.
I know.
I had the Cubs in first, get a point there. I had the Brewers in second, Pirates in third.
Ooh.
But I had the Reds in fourth, so it actually kind of worked out in the end. I get a point there. And then I had the Cardinals. We both had the Cardinals in last. Funny enough.
Spoilers. I got Cubs
Well,
one.
we high-fived about it when we made the predictions.
You're making it worse. You're making it
like, Cubs
worse.
in first, Cardinals in fifth, Brewers in second.
No, Reds, Pirates are flipped. Brewers 2 for me, Reds 3, Pirates 4, Cardinals 5. I got the Cubs right. I mean, that's really all I care about, though. I don't care what the other 4 trash teams do behind us, as long as they don't pass us. So, okay, so I think I lost.
Hey, guess what? Rockies in first, Dodgers in last. Let's go, baby.
Wow,
Boom.
we got the we hit the ball off the tee again. Good job, guys.
Okay, yeah. So we got the Dodgers in first and the Rockies in last. I don't really need to spoil it. It's the Rockies are the worst team of all time. Literally, like they're gonna be the worst. They play at Coors and can't hit. How is it possible? How do you play at Coors and can't hit? Not even like the OPS plus and the WRC plus, the ones that adjust for park, are bad. Like the baseline OPS average on base percentage is bad, and they play at Coors Field. I get the pitching.
Let them cook.
Because like the pitching, they don't have like a guy below a 5 ERA right now. Chase Doolander had a no hitter going through
His
6.
ERA is over 5.
Yeah, it was like a 7, and then he had a no hitter going into the 6. It might be like it might have just went lower because of the start he had.
Dude.
But then he started, had a
6.88.
no hitter going into the 6th, and then Wyatt Langford hit a 2-run homer, and they lost 2-1.
Hang on, I'm pulling up the StatCast.
So the real life standings are the Dodgers in first, Padres in second, Giants in third, Diamondbacks in fourth, and the Rockies in fifth. Well, Devin pulls up StatCast. I had the Dodgers in first. I get a point there. I had the Padres in second. I get a point there. I had the Diamondbacks in third and the Giants in fourth, but I think I said both of these teams could be above 500, so I still feel I don't get a point for that, but to save the
So you get no
positivity.
Point? Wait, what's your
I
2,
had
3, 4?
Padres in second, Diamondbacks in third, Diamondbacks in fourth. So I flipped the Giants and Diamondback. No. I had the Diamondbacks third, Giants fourth. So I flipped them compared to real life, and then the Rockies in last. So Devin, I know.
I hate your Tatis biased. It has come through for you so many times. We play MLB The Show. I want to go into this, and then Brendan can also join in. We play MLB The Show. They did a roster update last week.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. This guy buys Tatis. He saves up, buys Tatis for
70K.
70K because he's
He's my favorite player,
him.
non-Cub, like never play for the Cubs in Major League Baseball.
Loves Tatis. So he buys him.
And I always get his card and MLB The Show, and I always get it parallel 5, which is where if you use the card enough and get enough stats in it, or I try to get it parallel 5. I did once, which was the year he was a free agent, which was funny enough.
You will this year. But
so you get like a parallel 1 is like when you use the card and record stats, you get parallels and then it adds attributes to the card. So, but it's progressively harder to get parallel 1 and parallel 2. You keep having to get more and more XP for it. So, but my goal is always to get him, and then I use him the whole year unless like he gets a finest card, then I'll replace him. Unless like a better version of Tatis comes out that I can get easily, I get that version.
All-star card.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm bringing this up is because in the roster update, he went up to what?
92.
92.
And he's probably
92.
insanely. He's probably higher price now. I can't pull it up because I'm not signed into the place.
I'm not pulling it up. He's like 200,000 now. He's like 200,000. If you didn't know, you want to get every live series card in the game because then you get the best cards in the game. And because of his bias, he has one of the most expensive cards in the game before it was actually expensive. I do have Aaron Judge though. So Brendan, what are we doing over there?
He's
Juan Soto.
You have Soto.
That's like my only like good live series guy that I had.
Is he in your lineup?
Yeah.
I have a guy who I have the third. I have like the 4th highest rated live series card.
I have
the highest. I have the tied for highest and the 4th highest because I pulled him. Mason Miller's now an 89, so he's like the 4th highest live series.
You have Mason Miller?
Yeah.
I pulled him, remember?
Lindor.
And I pulled him and Jose Leclerc. I pulled both A's relievers. I got the elite A's reliever, Jose Leclerc.
I do want to say, Lindor, I have parallel 4, and with his inside, he's always inside edge boosted, so he plays like 95. So he's like my highest guy on my team.
I have Tatis parallel 4, so.
Okay, shortstop, right field. Shortstop.
Yeah, well, they're both good defenders, so. My defensive outfield's so good. It makes me so happy. Like no ball gets through. Like I was playing at Polo Grounds, and like I almost.
Why were we playing?
No,
at
it wasn't me.
Polo?
Wasn't me. Well, I didn't choose it. The guy I was playing against. Ball gets hit to right field. Tatis almost gets there on the run. Then PC3 was quick enough to back him up at Polo Grounds, get the ball in, and I gunned the guy at third. Because of how good the defensive.
Well, your shortstop also has an arm.
Well, it's the second because it was in right field, thrown to the second baseman,
okay.
and I have Glaber, and then Ellie's my shortstop. So he has a cannon.
I can't believe he's. To be honest, Brandon Lau's not hitting well for me.
Yeah.
His PCI is too small.
Okay. Enough about MLB show. Let's get back to that I'm better than you at predicting MLB teams. And I'm
better than you at MLB the show. So that's
You're not.
I get the jab.
You're not.
10-5. 10-5 over here. Weekend Classic 3-3.
You haven't beat me since I switched to the monitor, so.
We've played 2 times.
I beat you twice.
And
I score.
I've been clicking recently, so how about we play?
I'll still beat you. Not worried.
Did,
Not worried. You're not touching the
Hang on.
bullpen.
2 of my sons are arguing over who's better.
Problem is, we can't say anything because he's better than
What
us.
happened when we played Roger Clemens? What happened?
Yeah, Johnny did carry me one time.
Wait, hey, Brendan.
Yeah, what's up?
You need to go. We need to go over Johnny's house and then play 1v1.
Why do I need to go over to Johnny's house to do that?
No reason.
Why? Because you want to play.
So you can see the PCI.
Yeah, so you can see-
so you can
yeah.
see where the pitch is going.
It's very funny though. Like
You're
it is
still
fun.
not hitting it.
Like it's bad but fun.
Still not hitting it. You just sit in the spot, dude.
Like me and Johnny did it.
Well,
It was
enough-
fun.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun. It was stupid fun. It also closed out the World Series. Ryan Thompson, my goat. Parallel 3, by the way. I'm like the 123rd person to have him parallel 3. He's
Okay.
a bronze pitcher. Side
Let's
armor.
get
My goat.
let's get to rivalry weekend in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, you were right with the standings.
Yeah, you had what? Dodgers. You had Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres.
Diamondbacks, Padres, Giants.
I thought you put the Padres in fourth. Hey, you got the Giants right. Oh no, you didn't get the Giants right.
I got nothing.
Nah. Hey, you got the Dodgers right, though.
And the Rockies.
Oh, 2 points. Yeah.
So what was the final total?
14-17.
Oh, I got over half right. You didn't. Ooh, somebody knows more ball. Somebody knows more ball. Me.
You had the worst difference. Yeah, you had the worst difference.
Ooh, you had it.
Worst difference.
You had the one
had-
team in four.
I had 1-4. You had 1-5 difference.
Okay. Wow.
I'm better.
Okay, who could have called the Orioles being the worst team in baseball? No, you could not have. You like Gunnar Henderson, so I know you could not have.
Actually,
Get a new shortstop. Go get the 90 overall Ellie.
I don't want him.
Well, I had Gunnar play third. Then I pulled then I got Bregman.
Is there an update? Oh no. Is there an
Should be
update
a
today?
roster-
There's an
tomorrow.
update.
Should be a roster update tomorrow.
Oh, well, 23rd's the next roster update, yeah.
I feel like they used to do it 2 weeks at a time. They've like changed how they've been doing it. I don't know. Okay,
I thought there
enough
was-
about the MLB show.
thought there
MLB rivalry weekend is this weekend. Devin, stop looking up MLB show roster updates and go
I missed the flash sale.
to the rivalry weekend. Devin.
Leave me alone.
Devin.
I'm still upset. What?
Okay. The Cubs play the White Sox from the rivalry weekend, the Chicago series. If the Cubs don't sweep, Devin and I will come in so annoying next week. To be fair, the fact that if the Cubs win on Sunday, that's a shock. Like, it's a complete shock to everybody because the Cubs just don't do that. Cubs don't win on Sunday. They don't win on Wednesday or Sunday, and that keeps proving to be right. They can't sweep series because they don't win on Wednesday or Sunday. So that's one of the like rivalry games. Obviously, the Cubs should win by quite a lot.
So then New York, which is one of the best ones that will be happening, they play. That's like the one, by the way. So watch that one.
It'll be on Sunday Night Baseball. So for those of you who don't live in New York and can't get and don't have MLB TV, it will be on ESPN Sunday.
Johnny's dying. So watch New York one, then Texas. The Texas teams
The
are
Lone
playing.
Star series.
I don't know the names.
Name them.
Which is
The
Astros
Rangers and
Rangers. Do we want to predict who wins these? So Cubs.
I think we can just talk about them, like which one's the good ones to watch.
Okay.
Like the Cubs are gonna win. I would predict the Yankees.
Mets.
Mets. Yeah, probably the Mets. They're actually beating.
Mets,
They're actually beating. They're actually beating teams above 500 now. So.
Astros.
It's in.
I don't care where it is.
Arlington. So I'm gonna take the Rangers. I think the pitching will.
Ohio will be playing the Reds and Guardians. Terry Francona will be playing his former team. I'm going to take
The Guardians.
Terry Francona's former team, Guardians. He was manager when they were called the Guardians the first year, weren't?
I think so.
Yeah. Pennsylvania series, Pittsburgh Pirates versus Phillies. Phillies.
Yeah.
Florida will be Marlins, Rays.
The Rays, I guess. I don't know.
Rays. Missouri, the Royals, Cardinals. Is this the hardest one to pick?
I'm saying the Royals. It's got to stop at some point.
I'm saying the Royals. The LA, or AKA the Ohtani series.
Dodgers.
I'm taking the one with Ohtani. Sacramento versus San Francisco.
It used to be the Bay, but now it's
Giants.
Certain changes have been made.
Giants organization. Because they play at the Sacramento plays at Giants spring training?
That'd be minor league.
No, minor league, yeah. The Rays play out of spring training.
Yeah.
So they'll be playing. I got the A's.
It's in San Fran, so I'm gonna say the A's. Trust them to get it done.
I'm liking the A's. So, and then just a couple news. Kyle Schwarber, my GOAT. His on-base streak ends at 47 against the Cardinals of all teams. It went into last year. His on-base streak ends. So that's sad. Diamondbacks manager throws out the umpires yesterday.
That's fine.
What's Travello? Isn't that his
Yeah.
name? Yeah. I don't know what he was mad at. I didn't see that. But the umpires threw him out. He pointed at everyone in the umpire crew and threw them out.
Yeah,
So
that's funny. No, not me. You're ejected. And he went to everyone.
yeah, I mean, sometimes umpires need I didn't watch the Cubs game yesterday, but I heard the strike zone was horrible. So maybe there should be a way to eject umpires. Like, give them some accountability because they need to stop being so bad. Cubs offense is bad. I already said that. And then Dolan Rushing got called up. Two catching, quote unquote, prospects, major prospects were called up, Rushing and Ballesteros. I wouldn't call Ballesteros catcher yet, though. But Dolan Rushing is called up, and what's his name got released? Austin Barnes, who is Pirates will probably pick up. And Dolan Rushing, he's a top hitting prospect. He's really good. I think he also was working in the outfield, so he might play outfield as well. For them because I don't see him being a bench guy. But we'll have to see. And then I also remembered one thing about the Cubs is their bench is John Birdie, who John Birdie and Nicky Lopez, they're the third base, flip-flop, whatever. JT, and then a glorified pinch runner. And then the catcher.
Yeah.
The glorified pinch runner is Vidal Brujan. So I don't. The problem is he brings no value except running, which is not very helpful. It's really not. Because for him to run, someone has to also get on base. That isn't him. His defense isn't that good, at third, at least. So it's just... I know Moses needs to learn catcher, but we need someone to hit. There's no way Hap's back Tuesday. Obliques take much longer than 10 days. So I think Ballesteros might stay up. And then when Hap's healthy, Ballesteros has to go down. But, like, someone needs to replace Brujan. You can't just have a pinch runner on your bench. Like, John Birdie can do that and also kind of hit.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for that. And then one thing to take away is just the Cubs are on the super easy stretch right now, and they need to capitalize on that. And right now it's just bad. And also after this, we got the Blitz. After the Blitz, go ahead and check out Monday. We did we talked with John Arezzi. Johnny and Jillian, one of our good, what would you call it, interviewers.
Yeah. She got a very good interviewer,
something. Us three.
Very good at interviewing people, and us three did it on Monday, so you can go watch that after you watch Brendan and I's show, The Blitz, right after this.
But yeah, he's a diehard Mets fan. He worked with the Mets a little, so check that out. PCA was brought up, so if you want to see that, it was me and Johnny are the first part of it, and then he talks about wrestling and his music career, like the second part of it. It's on PC3 Media. It's under videos. It's the most recent one if you go there. So go ahead and check that out. It's just audio only. There's no video for it. So make sure you check out John Arezzi interview we did.
Thank you. I'm Johnny Clumpy.
I'm Devin Alsman.
And thank you to Brendan for producing. As always, we will see you next week, which will be actually our last episode of Towing the Rubber until the fall when we come back, because the school year is almost over, and we'll get into what the chance of doing stuff over the summer next week's episode. But yeah, for right now, next week will be the last episode for at least 2 months. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the Blitz.